planning your weeks out and planning some posts out, one of the things that I know that I struggled with as well as my team was being consistent with posting on Facebook with everyday life. You know, some days it's easier than others, and I think posting on Facebook is the biggest part. So we came up with some strategies that we use on our on my team, and Jatana wanted me to share this with you guys tonight. So I'll be sharing with you guys a few documents and kind of what we do on our team.
Okay, so let me just congratulate everyone who has hit Success Club this month or sold the challenge pack. Usually the month after Team Cup, everyone's like, oh, and it's right before, you know, fall start. I mean, the holidays, right? It's like our holiday seasons are starting up. So we start with Halloween and then it just keeps getting going, right? So Jeannie is, again, SE10, rocking it, girl. You're awesome. Looks like one coach and 16 points. Brittany Fleetwood, 6 points. Elizabeth Carney, 6 points. Jatana has 6 points. I don't know how. Like, I don't know. Maybe somebody came up to her at Mrs. America and was like, here's my money. No, she's awesome. Carla Perry, 3 coaches, 5 points. You go, girl. On the board. And this is awesome. I mean, look, it's not all about Success Club. It's about helping people and being a hope giver, really. Rin, you have 4 points. Annette Wynn, 4 points. Barbara Lichtenauer, 3 points. Amy O'Rear, 2 points. Beth Stouffer, 3 points. Sherry Pollock-Derry, 1 point. Denise Hubert, 2 points. Derek Maybe, 2 points. Linda Cazzola, 2 points. Victoria Carter, 2 points. Sarah Elliott, 4 points. You're so close. Kelly Slaughter, 2 points. Holly Garvey, 2 points. Tracy Cameron, 2 points. Krista Strang, 2 points. And Julie Robertson, 2 points. So great job, everyone. And thank you for keeping those points updated. I appreciate that, so I don't have to hunt people down. So thank you.
All right. Okay, ready? All right. So the first thing that I kind of wanted to share with you guys is a weekly plan that we do on our team. And basically, this is what I do, but on Sunday nights, I kind of plan out my week as far as what my goal is as a coach. Is it that I'm trying to hit Success Club? Is it that I'm going to be promoting about a new coach mentorship? Is it a coaching at a glance that's coming up? You know, what is my focus for that week? And I sit down and I use this planner to kind of plan out my week. And will I be able to screen share? Yeah, let's see, maybe not. Hold on, sorry. Let's see.
Is it showing you that little green?
Yeah, I got it. I just had to pull it up on my end. Okay, can you guys see that? Yeah, we're good. Okay, so I just kind of use this little tracker. I print it out, and I'm a little bit of an emerald person, so this might kind of overwhelm some people who don't like lists or anything like that. But this keeps me on track. So I basically fill this out, you know, for the week. And then there's, you know, workout, Shakeology, personal development. Those are things that I do every single day. Kind of a non-negotiable. Obviously, yes, I do miss some days, but overall, you know, I hit those. 2 invites. As you can see, I kind of have Saturday and Sunday blocked off. The reason for that is I treat this kind of like a business, and I use the weekends for family time, and I don't necessarily do Beachbody stuff on the weekends. If I get some free time, I do, but I don't necessarily plan it like that. And then follow-ups. So I do my follow-ups on Mondays and Wednesdays. So those are the days that I go through and follow up with anybody from the previous week. So this is what I do on a daily basis. Oh, sorry. And then I kind of have a post planner for the week. Okay, I'm not doing that, am I?
There you
okay.
go.
That's okay. And the post planner kind of just helps me stay on track with my posts, because if I fall off or I get overwhelmed with something happens with my kids or whatever, sometimes posting on Facebook is like the last thing I'm really worried about. But if I kind of have this planner down and I jot down ideas for each day, it's simple for me to post. I also do a lot of things, and I mean, I didn't necessarily do this in the beginning a lot, but, you know, I have tons of selfies and tons of pictures kind of stored in my phone for those moments that I need to post, and I just, you know, have them there, and it's not super stressful to come up with some kind of post. But as you can see, my main focus is to post at least 2 times a day, okay? If you post more, obviously that's great, but I just focus on 2 times a day because that's enough for me. But post number 1 for me, is about mommy life. So it's something about my kids, stress of being a mom, rushing around, school, things my kids say. You know, that's kind of my one post of the day. And the second post is health related. Okay, so it's either my workout video, a nutrition tip, a recipe, something about my Shakeology, a motivational quote, or, you know, something about my journey that I'm on. Okay, so those are like my 2 have-to posts each day. And then I kind of just jot down my weekly goal at the bottom. You know, what do I want to achieve that week? Like, what's, you know, where do I want to be at the end of the week? So this is kind of what we use to plan the week out on our team. A bunch of us, we just kind of started this a little while ago, and, you know, this has been somewhat helpful because I had a lot of coaches who were kind of struggling with what to post and all of that. As far as how to figure out what you should be posting that's not Beachbody related, like your 3 like passions or whatever, or, you know, whatever they recommend, I kind of just did mommy life, because whenever I post about my kids or something they say or something that happens, I get tons of likes. And, you know, that obviously my audience enjoys reading about my kids, or, you know, the things they say or do. So I know that that attracts people to me. So that's what I, you know, picked as my topic to post about. The other thing that we have, did that switch screens?
It did.
Okay, good. Okay. Is a power hour. So when I first signed up as a coach, I wasted so much time just flipping through, stalking top coaches, looking at everyone's pretty pick monkeys. And, you know, I would spend like literally hours doing that. Same thing when I first started doing my own pick monkeys, I would spend like hours just making them all pretty, and then I'd end up like, ew, that's not even cute, and I'd have to like start all over. So I came up with this power hour, and this is pretty much how I eliminate wasting time and kind of just focus strictly on my business. And this should be able, you should be able to do all of this within an hour, if not less. But, you know, adding 3 people on Facebook, connecting with 5 people from your list, and that means connecting with them, like saying hi, building a relationship, not inviting them to a challenge group or anything like that, okay? Connecting with them. Maybe you're just catching up with them. Maybe they recently had a baby and you're congratulating them. Something along those lines. Nothing about Beachbody. And then I just have like sending out 1 invite a day. And I put in there, you know, have you ever considered doing one of my fitness challenges? Or have you ever considered doing what I do? And that would be like a coach invite. Checking in with your challenge groups, checking in with new coach training, and connecting with at least 1 of your coaches a day, okay? You need to be reaching out to your own personal coaches and checking in with them and, you know, building a relationship with them. But anyways, and I'm not going to read all of them to you, but these are this is a power hour. So this is what I go through when I'm going to sit down and work on my business. This is what I do, okay? I do have some coaches who can't necessarily devote an hour, okay? They kind of break it up, and they do 30 minutes in the morning and 30 minutes in the evening, and they just kind of split their list up. But this is, you know, what we kind of follow, and this is what has pretty much helped me to get where I am today. But like I said, I think time is like one of the biggest things for a lot of us, and especially if you're somebody who's working full-time and, you know, or you have kids, or, you know, whatever you're going on in your life, you know, time is a big issue. And this has helped us to stay on track, and then to help us save some time during the week if you plan your, you know, week out using the other calendar. Let me see. Hold on. I had one more thing to show, but maybe I don't have it. Well, okay. And then the other thing I was just going to say is also for your month, it's important to know what you have coming up. So I I'm not 100% sure what Epic Empire does, but if you have a new coach training starting at the beginning of the month, like you need to know when those dates are so you can gear your posts towards those upcoming groups and stuff like that. Same thing like coaching at a glance or a challenge group. Just making sure that like the monthly order of what groups are coming up will help you as well with your posts. So if you have a coaching at a glance starting the next Monday, that week you probably want to be posting more towards getting people to join the coaching at a glance group. But I have that posted in my team page, and I'm sure there's one in Epic Empire that has the dates of all the upcoming groups or coaching at a glance is starting. That was really, let me see, hold on, sorry. Let me stop sharing. And let me see. I don't know if anybody had anything to add to that. I don't know if Alex is on or not, no.
I have something to add. So
Okay.
I think what you're doing is amazing. And I think what it shows is that this business doesn't have to be complicated. You just have to be consistent with the basics and just do those basics every day. I see all the time coaches that get discouraged or quit, or you fall into that comparison trap and you're, trying to do this training and that training and fancy, PicMonkey and all this. And Kelly is a 2-star diamond. And this is, it's not difficult. You guys see, it's just, she just does the basics and is real and honest with people. And I'm so impressed because, I've just seen a lot of coaches that, are really struggling to get to where you are, and they're just overthinking it. There's just too much, and there's a lot of stuff. There's a lot of information, and you're just, one invite a day. That's the limit, right? One invite a day. That'd be 30 people that you invited in a month. It's just, if you keep it basic and you just do those things every day. She doesn't even do it on Saturdays and Sundays. I know some coaches that work 7 days a week. That's crazy. That's not fun.
And going off of that, I think sometimes when people see you working it so much, they become overwhelmed and they think, well, I don't really want to do that business if that's how much time I have to put into it. So, I've had people message me before and say, how much time are you really putting into this? I see you on Facebook a lot. So you don't want to give them the wrong idea that you're spending your whole life doing Beachbody stuff, because that can be overwhelming. Nobody really wants to spend their whole life, doing that kind of stuff. Well, maybe. No, just kidding. But yeah, definitely don't complicate it. It can be overwhelming, but I think if you stick to those things, and I'll never forget, like when I first signed up as a coach, and I know you guys all know how this is, and Jatana kept messaging me. I said, if she messages me one more time, I swear. But, eventually it clicked, and I was like, all right, I'm going to give this a go. And, I quit. I signed up as a coach. I got pregnant, and I was like, forget this. No way. I had 2 kids, and I was pregnant with the 3rd, and I thought, there's no way I'm doing this. But, after I had my 3rd, I signed back up as a coach, and I kind of just did these things, and it just kind of took off. And I'll never forget when she said, oh, eventually you'll have people that just randomly message you. And I thought, oh, yeah, right. I am inviting like 50,000 people. This is ridiculous. And now I do. I get people who are like, so what's this thing you're doing? And I'm like, yes. So if you stay consistent and people, when they're ready, they truly will come to you, and if you're not sharing what you're doing on Facebook, they're never going to know. And I tell my team this all the time. If you are looking for somebody to paint your house, you're not going to randomly message someone on Facebook and say, hey, do you paint houses? But if you saw somebody who posted before about how they paint houses, you would message them when you were ready. Okay, so if they don't know what you're doing, they're never going to message you. So make sure you're being consistent and you're posting about it, because that's the best way to share what you're doing. And it has to be about you. Do not share other people's stuff all the time. Nobody cares. It has to be you. So, I don't know. Anything else? Sorry.
Does anybody have any questions? Come on, I know you got a question. What's up, Jeannie? I know you got a question, Jeannie.
So, how long have you been a coach, Kelly?
I signed up in January of 2014. So over a year and a half. I'm going on 2 years in January.
Okay. That was basic. How long did it take you to get to Diamond?
So I hit Diamond in July of 2014. And no, just kidding. I hit Diamond in May of 2014. I hit 1-star in July of 2014. I hit 2-star in this past April and 3-star in May.
Nice.
So, I will say, like, one of the things about when you're signing coaches is, you really need to know their goals as well and help them, reach their goals. So I have some coaches on my team that, needed help planning, and, I help them plan their weeks with them. We kind of do it together. So if you're looking to help another coach go Diamond or build their business, you need to be there with them and kind of walk with them. And I think that's kind of what got me have those diamonds on my team. They wanted to do it, and I just kind of walked them through it, and we did it together. So.
And I think that's definitely key when you, especially, Jeannie, and you're kind of lighting a fire and you're burning bright right now, is when when you do your getting started right calls, you definitely need to know what their goals are. Because some people just simply want to replace Shakeology, or they want to be a discount coach. And some people really want to be business builders. And so you just have to remember it's their dream, not yours. And so you don't want to push people, because when you start dragging people along, and take this from me, it ruins the whole experience for you, because you're just constantly frustrated because you're trying to, like, okay, you said you want to do this, but then, you'll have coaches that will maybe not, want to follow at the same pace. You know what I'm saying? Like, everybody's on their own journey, and you have to respect that. So.
Yeah, I think what I'm like struggling most with right now is really figuring out the way to do that, to like train a coach how to be me, or not even necessarily like how to be me, but just how to like kind of like hit Success Club and get to Emerald and stuff. And I actually just signed a coach, and I'm really excited for her because she really gets it. And I think she's the first coach that I've signed that actually really grasps what being a Beachbody coach is, and how it's about selling challenge packs and all that kind of stuff. So I succeeded in doing that part and making them understand exactly what it is, because I think my other coaches weren't really well informed because of my own faults. But with her, like, we did like a getting started right call, and I'm still like, I mean, I have high hopes for her, but then I like asked her to be on this call, and then she's like not responding. So that's where I kind of need that like guidance on how to train my coaches, I guess.
Do you want to answer that, Kelly?
Oh. So one thing that I kind of do with my coaches, and I don't think I can pull it up right now, but in our team page, we have albums that have specific posts. So I have an album for challenge group call to action post, and it has very generic pick monkeys and stuff made for the coaches that they just basically add their own picture to. And it's something that's been really helpful for my new coaches to get started, because it takes that whole like overwhelming of creating a pick monkey, and how do you do that, and how do you post, and what do you say. And I kind of help my coaches when they first start to post. So I will help them do their first post on Facebook. And then I also help them with conversations, how to talk to people in Beachbody, like lingo. I tell them, get rid of the words buy, sell, on sale. Don't even say those. Like, I don't even want to see those types of words. You need to be saying, like, I'm going to hold your hand and walk you through this. We're going to do this together. Those types of things that make people realize that, like, you're really here to help them. You're not necessarily just selling to them. But we do a lot of stuff like that in our team about like verbiage and how to talk to people, because I think one of the biggest things, and I hope nobody's a car salesman, but when you go to buy a car, how you get that feeling like, I just want a Suburban. Don't sell me a Tahoe. I want a Suburban. And they insist on selling you something you don't want. And you just get this feeling of like, you don't even want to talk to them anymore. So I think, one of the things that, you can focus on with your new coaches is like the verbiage, what they should be saying to people, how they invite people, and, making it very simple for them. So if you can help them with creating pick monkeys that are very basic and all they have to do is add their own picture of themselves to it, that will save them a lot of time, and it kind of alleviates like the overwhelming feeling when you first sign up. Because I remember the first time I went into PicMonkey, I was like, what do you mean I'm going to put all these overlays and add a box and I'm going to change? I was like, oh my gosh. And then I'm going to delete the background. Yeah, right. I had like half a missing face the first time. So doing those things can kind of help them ease into it. But I mean, I think getting them in like the new coach training groups that, are run by the team will definitely help as well. And to be honest, some people get it and some people don't. And that's kind of the reality of the business. And it happens. You'll get coaches who you think are going to be amazing and awesome, and they just kind of aren't really there. They're not ready yet. And, you have to keep moving forward with your business. You can't kind of stay back. So.
And then you'll get one that you think is not going to do anything, and they come out of nowhere and they're like amazing. Like you have no idea. But one thing on the training, there's a ton of training out there. There's free training from top coaches on YouTube. And what I would do is go in the back office, and they're getting better. Beachbody's training is getting better, and they have different trainings for each level. Okay. So what I did is I went back and I saw what they said, and I made my own video. And I said the same thing that they did, but I made my own video. And then I put my coaches in a group, and then just post that. And there are some videos that are so good that I don't recreate it. They don't honestly want to see you every single video anyway. So like one of the fun coaches, Caleb Thomas, he makes those really silly videos. He's like a super cute guy, and he's just like, real loud and funny. And so you'll see some of his videos, and you saw them in the new coach training. And then just other things. So you can really do anything you want. Like one of the things that Kelly does that's great that I didn't even think about was doing the pre-made, PicMonkey stuff that you can just post your picture in. So people have some, a way to post a transformation picture that's kind of interesting, but they're not spending hours trying to figure out PicMonkey because everyone hates it. I mean, honestly, like the top coaches, I'm just going to tell you, have graphic designers that make their stuff, or social media people. You know what I'm saying? That's not realistic for most of us. So maybe you have like 15 stars, which you might. So I don't know. So anyone else? I'm gonna call. I'm gonna see. Let's scroll down the list here. What's up, Carla?
You're so funny because I literally just went to click to ask a question. You're so funny.
I saw it in your eyeballs through the screen.
I thought you might. So, Kelly, I'm going to ask you what I ask everyone, and that is, how do you answer the question or comment that they can't afford this?
So what I do is when somebody gives me a price objection, I call it like backpedaling. So I obviously the first thing I offer them is the challenge pack. And then I will either offer them, a spot in a free challenge group, like, okay, well, let's get you in one of my free challenges to get you started. And then, when you're ready, I'll be here to, help you with one of my private challenge groups. It depends on their goals and what they're really looking for. The other thing I do is offer them if they just want to start with the fitness program. And I know that's kind of shooting myself in the foot because I want to hit SE, but really if you remember, your main goal is to help them get started. So if it means just buying a program, at $60, then that's what I do. And eventually, typically what happens with those people is they get into the challenge group and they see everybody drinking Shakeology and having whatever type of results, and then they end up, joining, then they want to buy the Shakeology, so then, there'll be 1 point. But I just call it backpedaling. So I start with the challenge pack. If that's, some kind of price objection, I'll offer them, well, let's just get you started with the fitness program. And, when the time is right, we'll add Shakeology. If that's still too much, then I'll just go ahead and ask them if they want to join the free challenge and then go from there. But
awesome.
I think one of the big things with the price objection is making sure that they really know what they're getting for the whole 160. So, I make sure I tell them everything that they'll be getting. And it goes all the way down to like the workout calendar. And I know that sounds really dumb, but you know, when they see all those things that they're getting, they kind of, instead of just saying, oh, you're getting a fitness program, you know, a color-coded, color-coded containers for nutrition, and then Shakeology, you know, if you add like the workout calendar, you're going to have the accountability group, the support, you know, blah, 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 blah.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of gives them a little bit more to look at. So
Awesome. Thanks.
Something to add to that too, that I've just started implementing, and I could share with you guys is, so originally, you know, when the Beachbody On Demand, the free club membership came out, you know, I tried to implement it and it just wasn't such a big hit. People just didn't love it. I mean, some people loved the club, and some people, I mean, Lisa, my free challenge groups, getting people to sign up with the club, they just didn't want to do it. I mean, it just wasn't exciting to them. So, but what I did was in my free challenge, I offer people the option of 5 or 10 day packets. So like, you know, my husband's obviously signed up as a coach. And if you haven't done that, if your spouse is not signed up under you as a coach, if you're planning on building a business, you need to do that like now. Anyway, so he has to, you know, maintain that 90 PV. So I get packets and then I sell them back to my challengers. So I make the money back. So they can do packets, which a lot of them do, the 5 or 10 day. And then we do these fun little fitness challenges. So if you go into Beachbody On Demand, right now they have what's called trainer exclusives. So they have like Tony Horton and Autumn, and there's like a 7-minute stability ball challenge. There's a strength one. There's an ab one. Tony has a burpee one. And then if you scroll through a lot of the programs, there's, you know, like an Insanity 10-minute abs. There's Turbo Fire. I mean, they're just lots of little 10 or 7-minute workouts. And so what we'll do is I'll just post it up there, like in my free challenge for the day. Hey, you know, challenge, it's a Turbo Fire abs challenge, which was yesterday. You know, so in my free challenge, if someone, you know, we give away prizes and stuff, which really gets people super excited. And we'll post this challenge. And so I do that for my new coaches, because a lot of times they love it and they get to 30 days and they sign up for it. And so you can imagine your new coaches a lot of times will get a lot of objections with challenge packs at first, and it gets discouraging. But I think that utilizing the Beachbody On Demand, I mean, I had like 5 people sign up, so maybe 3 cancel, but still I'll have 2 people that'll renew, and that's a $15. I think it's a 20. Is it half? It's a little less. It's like a 40% commission, I think.
yeah.
It's something. So just be thinking about that with your new coaches. I mean, to me, and that's just my own personal way that an option for my coaches, so that because I think when people start earning money right away, they get really excited. Like when you get that first like $30 check in the mail, you're like, woo, I can't believe I got $30. So, you know, sometimes you get people that will order Beachbody On Demand, and you know, it'll be that quarterly bonus, and you'll look back there, you're like, wow, at $100 in renewals. I mean, where did that come from? Like, it starts to compound, you know what I'm, so be thinking about that.
I wanted to share actually something that's worked really, really well for me this month. So it's something that I've learned, and I'm sure other people have used this tactic as well. So I just still wanted to share for anybody who hasn't heard it. So I'm hosting a challenge group right now, and I'm running a contest, and it's based off of a point system. So every time they share on their public page that they're doing they're drinking their Shakeology, they're doing their workout, or just overall in general, like sharing about the healthy lifestyle that they're now living, they get points. It's like 2 points for the Shakeology, 2 points for the workout, 1 point for healthy lifestyle. And then if they post their transformation, that gives them 5 points. And it's only day 3 of my challenge group. We're all doing 21-day fix. And I actually just sold a challenge pack tonight from a girl who saw that her friend was doing the program. And then I've had about like 4 or 5 other people reach out to me just in regards to like people posting about it on their public page. So it's showed to be really successful for me. So I just wanted to share it with you guys if you guys have never thought about that before.
Awesome. Anyone else have any other questions? This is your time to ask. Varunya, do you have a question? Varunya?
Varunya, hi.
Hi.
I just have a random question. So I just moved out here to Colorado, and I joined this Fort Carson page. It's for like all the military wives and whatnot. But there's like a disclaimer right on the front. It says like, don't be sketchy and whatnot. But you know how like we're not trying to be like, oh my God, let's do Beachbody, whatnot. So how would I make a post on that page and say like, hey, let's get into fitness and whatnot, and then like kind of like transition them, but like not still be sketchy in a sense.
Kelly?
You answer. She's my coach.
Okay. What I would say is, and I go into groups all the time and people spot it. There's a million Beachbody coaches. And I'm telling you, there's a million Beachbody coach wives.
Yeah.
And so where you're going to stand out is you're going to be interesting. Is you're a lot of times in those types of groups, I ask questions that I already know the answer to. Like, if it's a military wife question, where's the best place to go get this? And people like to share their knowledge. They want to tell you what they know. And so you'll ask a question, they'll respond, and you just get conversations going back and forth. You start to learn to meet people, and your friend request them. You talk back and forth, tag them in the post, and your friend request them, and you just get them on your page. Don't do anything about fitness or Beachbody. Like, just whatever your general interest is in, or whatever conversation that you're having, you just add people from there. The military community is pretty saturated with, I'm a military wife. Summer Tucker, who's my upline, is military wife. Like, it's very, so you want to be different than to be like everyone else who's like, buy challenge pack, buy from me, or come here, do fitness with me. Like, you have to earn it. And I would say get them to your page and then just rock your posts. I think I've had, everyone has rough months. Everyone has those times where you get a million no's and you get discouraged, and it makes me even more determined to like rock my page and be like, I am kicking ass. Like, I don't care if you told me no, I'm still on my journey, and watch me and cry. Right. Because I'm 42. What are you, like 22, I would guess?
24.
24. Okay. I'm 42. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's more important for me because I'm like, I don't want to, I don't be old.
Yeah. I saw the page and I like just got on it like 2 weeks ago, and like everybody's just posting constantly about like, usually it's a lot about baby stuff. And that's the thing. It's like, that's not my target market right now really, because I don't have kids. I live with kids, but I don't have any kids. So I can't really be like, oh my God, I'm a mom, so like that's where, but I'm also like a military girlfriend.
Right. So you want to find groups that are like you. You're going to have the most connection with girls in your, that aren't married, or not married, or that have that are in a relationship but don't have kids, because your lifestyle is a lot different. So I would find those groups and, just write down, when you write down, like, who's your perfect customer? What are they interested in? What do they like to do? If you could like write your best friend, your ideal friend, what would it be? What would she look like? Would she wear makeup? Would she run? Would she, do her hair a certain way? Is she into false eye? Anything. There's groups for everything, and you just go into those groups, and those are the people that you're going to attract. And those are honestly the best coaches, the people that are very similar. Summer Tucker, her coaches we're all similar. It's funny. So, but I would say, especially, I'm 42, I have 2 kids. Someone that's probably, your age with no kids. We could probably hang out and talk, but I don't know if you'd probably find like, my life all that interesting. I don't go out, I'm stuck at home. I'm kidding. But, I'm saying like, it's just a different niche, you know what I mean? So, my challengers tend to be older. Mm-hmm. Where like Jeannie's are, you're young, so you're going to tend to be in that group. So that's what I would do. Don't try to be something that you're not to people that you don't have anything in common with, because it just won't work. It'll feel weird. You know what I mean? Like it feels weird to you already. You're like, how do I talk to these people? Like, I don't talk about their babies. Like, I don't know. Like, go. At your age, I was like, go away. Mm-mm.
Yeah, they're always talking about like strollers. I'm like, I don't need a stroller, but I want you to buy a challenge pack. Like, how do I get to talk to you?
Hey, Libby, can you guys hear me? Can you guys hear me?
Who's talking?
Jatana.
Oh, hey.
Hey.
Yes, have you been listening the whole time?
Yeah. Sorry.
You're so funny.
I'm driving, but I just wanted to second what you said because I think that's so key. So many new coaches get into, they're usually already affiliated with different groups on Facebook. And their first question is, how am I going to tap into this group that I'm in? And it's so important to remember. And my business, honestly, was started in my Montclair Moms page, which is a group of moms in my neighborhood. And it's really all about the relationship building and getting as many people from that page over to your Facebook page where you present yourself as whatever you are, mom, wife, Beachbody coach, nutrition, like guru. But you want to draw them over to you. And the best way to do that is whatever that group is focused on. If it's a military thing, then you're like, where do I get my husband's stuff dry cleaned? I don't know. Whatever questions you can ask them that, like Libby said, you might already know the answer to, but it's a question that might be common, and everybody's going to tell you their answer or their input or their advice. And then you like all of their comments and hopefully engage with them and maybe even send them a friend request as you're interacting with them. And that just grows your Facebook audience. And then that's where the magic happens, is when you do a really good job of, like Kelly said, being consistent on your page and presenting who you are consistently over and over again. All right, I'll shut up now.
I see you, barely.
You probably see like up my nose because I'm like holding the phone as I drive. All right, I'll stop muting.
All right. Let's see. I'm gonna call someone else out. Let's see, because we got some time. Katie, what's up, girl?
Hey.
What's up? Do you have any comments? Anything you want to share? Any questions?
Mm.
No? How are you doing?
Okay.
You doing good? Okay. All right. I don't want to make you feel bad. I just wanted to say hi. Okay. Let's see. Amy. What's up, Amy?
Can you hear me?
I can. Let me.
Can you?
Hold on one second. Okay. Yeah, I can hear you. Go ahead.
Okay. So I joined February earlier this year, and my upline coach has stopped being a coach. I haven't reached out to her, nor she reached out to me. So I've kind of been doing this on my own, not really having any direction.
Amy, who's your upline, just so I know?
Huh?
Who's your upline?
Sarah.
Okay, so you roll up to me. If she decides to stop, you'll be my personally sponsored coach.
Okay. So I mean, I don't know if she has stopped. I don't hear from her or see anything from her anymore.
Yeah, I've reached out a few times. I haven't heard much.
Okay. So a lot of this is very helpful. So I take a lot of notes, and I'm just kind of learning as I go. And I have a coach under me as well, which is Beth Stauffer, but she's a rock star and she's doing awesome. But I've never had to help her because we kind of came on together at the same time. So a lot of this stuff I'm still trying to learn. Of course, I work full time. I have a mom, wife. See, all of you know how that is. So I try to spend as much time when I have downtime trying to learn as much as I can. But I guess my biggest downfall is my posts. And that's, I'm learning that as I go, but I find it's a struggle of trying to find what to post on a daily basis. So I know that you guys plan ahead of your posts, but sometimes it just doesn't come very easily to me. So I guess my question really is like you wake up in the morning and you do your workouts. Well, a lot of times I don't get to do my workouts in the morning. I have to do them in the evening. Would you still post your workouts in the evening, or do you find that you get a better response if you're doing it in the morning?
I post my workout on my Facebook page whenever I do it. I mean, I don't schedule a specific time of when I'm going to do it because it's just organic and natural to be. You're in the moment, you've done your workout, you feel a certain way, or you're about to do it, whatever. If you post before or after, and you know what, people are going to comment on it, and you can respond to the comments. And it's going to show back up in the newsfeed throughout the day or the next day. But one of the things that I did as a new coach when I was kind of completely clueless on what in the world, I'm in my garage, sorry, what in the world to post is I would just kind of go check out other people. I mean, go check out Kelly's page or Libby's page and be like, how did they do it? What are they?
Uh-oh.
Okay. I guess she's frozen. I think what she was getting at is if you go and look at, if you follow any other coaches, they don't have to be top coaches, just other coaches that relate to you, that are maybe similar to you, and kind of see what they talk about. That can help you. The other thing that you can do, and you know, she kind of said the opposite, is if you do your workout at night, it doesn't mean you have to post it right then and there. It's not like, you know, you only have 2 seconds to post it. You can save it for the next morning. You have your video done. You can even write your verbiage that night, and then the next morning, go ahead and post it that morning. It doesn't have to be, I just did my workout. You know, they won't really know. But I typically, just like I said in the beginning, I kind of posted random things in the beginning, and I kind of looked at what more people liked. You know, for me, it was stuff about my kids and, you know, saving pictures. So you don't, like I said, you don't necessarily have to post it right then and there. Like I took a picture like 3 weeks ago, and it was like my massive load of laundry that was like 12 loads of laundry all thrown in the playroom floor. And I have it saved. I have not posted about it yet, but I have it there because one day when I don't have something to post about, I'm posting about that laundry day. And nobody knows that it happened 3 weeks ago unless you're stalking me at my house. But, you know, those types of things I kind of say, I know, it's so embarrassing. My husband would like kill me if you knew I told everyone. But those types of things, and I'm telling you right now, I know this sounds dumb, but people like to see that you struggle and that you have faults. And I mean, they really do. Because whenever I post something about my kids doing something totally inappropriate or something totally crazy, I get like 170 likes, you know, and I'm like, no, nobody's supposed to like that. My kids are bad. But, you know, those types of things you can just kind of save in the back, and that way you have something to post about. But, you know, using that weekly planner might help you as well with, you know, the time thing. Because I know being a mom and working full time, it's not like you, yeah.
Get those shared. Another thing that will help you guys is if people, you know, you'll see lots of people post negative stuff on Facebook, okay? Negative politics, like, I don't post anything controversial ever. People just scroll on by. And I used to post a lot of that stuff, like before I was a Beachbody coach. You know, my opinion on whatever, like no one cares. They, you know, honestly, and then, or you'll have coaches and they just post, I did my workout, you know, so what? Like, or the sweaty pic, right? And what, for me, that's where personal development really has come in. And so one thing that has really probably, I mean, I got a message today from someone on my phone who I haven't talked to in years. Like, I just want you to know that I follow your page and it's really helped me. Like, she's in college and she's starting and she's having a rough time and she's not being able to stay healthy. And, you know, she's really working on that. And so what personal development has done has helped me. You know, I mean, everyone goes through their rough patches and their rough times, and personal development has helped me learn how to overcome those rough patches and change a mindset. And so they happen less often. I'm able to stay like more emotionally stable through this. And that's with the help of working out and eating right. And, you know, just the types of people I let in my life, you know, and personal development has done all that. And so that's what I talk about. Like, so when, you know, when I talk about, hey, I did my workout today and I didn't feel like doing it, you know, I say, why didn't I? Thank you. That's my husband. He's like, turn on the light. He's like, or, you know, why is it important for me to do it? It's important because I want to have energy for my kids, because I want to be, you know, sexy for my husband, or I want to, you know, whatever those reasons are. Like, sometimes connecting with people can just be I'm an Emerald personality, and I'm real like rigid and spreadsheety and nerdy. And so when people are like, you have to talk about yourself, you have to kind of open up and share like who I am. And it's real hard for me. I'm in the military, I'm an officer. Like I'm supposed to, I don't show emotion really. You know what I'm saying? So it's been great as a Beachbody coach to kind of open up and be able to share like I'm struggling or this happened or that happened, and I think that's the part that's hard for some people, for some of us. And personal development has literally changed how I deal. And so when I'm dealing with those things or when I'm posting, I always try to think about how can I add value? If someone was struggling with what I'm struggling with, how did I get over it? So I don't ever just go on there and complain and be like, oh, the laundry is hilarious, but I've posted a picture of my laundry and then I'm like working out. I'm like, see, I worked out and I didn't do that. I worked out first. Like it's not gonna, happens like, so well. And Kelly, you probably same with you. I've seen a lot of Kelly, you do a great job with your social media and it's always like, yeah, my life is crazy. And, but I still, I'm able to work out and fit all this stuff into, Summer Tucker calls it the mom cracks. And that's what people want to see. Like you overcoming, like if you can do it, then they can do it. So anyway, that was my long-winded response. So I'll be quiet. Jatana might be back on now. So Jan, are you there? No. Okay.
Sorry, I'm here. Can you hear me?
Barely. There you are.
Can you hear me? No, Kelly summed up what I was trying to say. Sorry, I was getting out of my car, and so it I guess reception broke up. So she covered it. Thank you guys for running the show. Y'all are amazing. I'm trying to keep my head above water. Anybody else have any questions? Effie, how are you doing, girlfriend?
What's up, Effie? I know you got a question. Come on, I'm calling you out. No one else?
She's like, or Donnie, do you have a question? Wait, Katie has a question.
Sold 2 challenge packs.
Woohoo!
And for y'all that don't know me, I'm Tana's brother. My wife's the coach, and I signed up last night as a coach and got the P90X3 challenge pack. So I'm going to be starting it here in a few days. So getting this thing going.
Awesome.
It's a family thing.
It just is proof that, oh my gosh, I don't know if you guys can hear me, but I've been talking, my family see me doing this for the past, almost 3 years now. It'll be 3 years in January. And I've gotten flack from them. They've thought I'm crazy for a while there. But it comes full circle when it's their time. You know what I mean? So, and honestly, family can be your biggest critic sometimes because they want what's best for you, and sometimes they feel like you might be doing something kind of crazy because Beachbody can seem weird to people who aren't involved in it. But just continue to be positive with them and show them your journey over and over again as much as possible. And then they'll jump on when they're ready. But congratulations on selling 2 challenge packs. That is awesome.
Thank you.
Thoughts. Watch out. He's a brown like me. Hey. All right.
It seems like your closest friends are the ones that don't want to hear about it. It's always the strangers that are more interested than your closest people to you.
Absolutely. I mean, hands down, I couldn't disagree more. My best friend's Christina, while she signed up as a discount coach a while back, it was probably more of me going, I need you, and I like twisted her arm because I was trying to go 5-star. But yeah, it's never the closest people to you. It's never your family. I mean, I'm not saying never, but in the beginning, it's usually strangers, and them being inspired by what you're doing and being interested in it. Because I think that it's uncomfortable for somebody that knows you to be like, hey, I'm kind of struggling with my weight. You're telling your close friend, not your close friend, but your acquaintance or your family member that you're struggling with your weight is not very comfortable, but telling a stranger who you see on social media who's doing something that you want to do is not as difficult, because it doesn't feel like they know you very well, or that they're going to go tell your friends that you're struggling with your weight. I don't know. So keep living the journey in front of people, and eventually it'll come around. Katie, did you have a question? Okay, go ahead.
I ran a 7-day clean eating group last month, and it went really great. And there were people in there who were interested in joining the fitness group, but like out of all of them, they all had a price objection of some sort, or they would say, you know, next month or when my budget allows it. And I want to be able to stay connected with them without being like pushy. So do you have any kind of advice for that? So I want to be like their friend first before I'm like, hey, buy this from me.
I think kind of what Kelly touched on earlier is just really key to be consistent on your page. I mean, a while back when I was running a lot of free challenge groups, which was really beneficial, I think my business really exploded when I started doing that with the Buns, Guns, and Abs, which was one of my first ones that I did, is I created a health and fitness with Jatana like holding group. Now I've been really slack about staying consistent in there, but in the beginning, that's what I was using, is like putting people in there, and they could just talk about whatever they were walking or cleaning their house and felt like they burned calories, or how many steps they did, or whatever. They could post in there, and then anytime I was promoting a challenge group, like on September 14th or whatever, I would post in there, hey guys, just want to let you know that I'm going to start another private challenge group, so you guys are, you know, you have first dibs on spots because you are my little accountability group. And I would put them in there. So, but sometimes that can become a crutch for people, and they're like, oh, we already have the community, so we don't really need that. I'm just going to stay in here free. But, you know, keep living it out on Facebook, and as long as they're Facebook friends with you and you're interacting with them and building that relationship, they're going to come around when they're ready. That makes sense. Anybody else have a different opinion on that one? Or do you do it differently?
Same. No, and just be generally interested in them. Be genuinely interested in their life, and like you said, comment and keep up with things. And I mean, I have my, you know, I don't know if you guys can see. Let me show you. So this is how I do my list. I don't know if you can see it. So like when I message people, I kind of keep track, like, you know, if I invited them or if I messaged them, and it's just like a little, I don't know if you can see it. So I kind of know, like, hey, I invited them last month, and I use the same people. So I don't like just keep switching off people. Like I have about 150 people on the list, and they kind of stay on there until they buy something from me, or I'll add new people. And sometimes people that I'll put them on, because I have a list for each month. And then if they, you know, have just been ignoring me for a couple months, you know, or like I've sent them 4 or 5 messages, then I move them over to like a month down the road or 2 months down the road, like my list, because this is my September list. So I just refreshen my list every month. That's the way I do it. And so I just take those people off, you know, my September list, and I put them over to, you know, my October, November list, and I message them, hey, how are you? Or start showing up, you know, show up on their page or whatever. Because when you show up on someone's page and you like their stuff, your posts on your page are going to show up on their feed. It's sneaky. I'm just kidding. Sorry, I'm just the assistant.
No, whatever. Don't say that. Did you watch Miss America? You're not just the nurse. Sorry, that was a joke. Is everybody registered for Super Saturday? That's the other thing. I don't know if you guys talk. Oops. My phone's dying. Sorry, I froze. Are you guys registered for Super Saturday? Because it is, what time? When is it? When is it, Kelly? October something?
October 17th.
Yes, I will just be getting back from leadership, but October 17th, and in the DC region we have one, but I know there's in North Carolina, South Carolina, Ohio, wherever you are, there is a Super Saturday. I recommend you go, even if it means drive 2 hours. Really, it's important. It's valuable to your business. So I know we have some people in Fayetteville. Let's see, where's everybody at? Katie, you're in Alabama, right? Have you looked up to see if there's one near you? Girl, I want you to do that. When you get off this call, I want you to go into the online office and see if there is a Super Saturday near you, and try to find one that looks like usually you can tell like the good ones, like not bring a veggie because we're going to have it at my house type thing. See if you can find a big one with some names that are recognizable. I'm not sure who all lives in Alabama. Jenny, you're in Virginia, right? So you're coming to ours. Donnie, you're in Fayetteville. I'm trying to think of what's near. There might be one in Raleigh, Durham area, which is the bigger city close by. Amy,
Where'd you say you find that again?
if you go in the Coach Online office, I'm in there right now, and then you go under News and Training, Events. Hold on, let me turn my camera around. How do you flip the camera on this thing? There we go. Wait. Okay, so I went over here to News and Training, and then Events, and then Super Saturday is right there. Click on that. And then you want to go to, let's see, start your own Super Saturday. No, Super Saturday event. Where's the little, there's a link somewhere. Kelly, jump in if you know where the heck I'm. Super Saturday 2015. It says the date. Oh, duh, I'm retarded. I didn't even see the blue link. This blue link right here, view interactive map of current listed events. So you click there, and there should be a little map that pops up, or you should be able to type in your state. This is a crazy map. It's like super. Zoom into your state. I don't know how to use my. So there's dates here because some places have them on Friday and Saturday. This is, I don't like the way this is set up. Can I search here? Like, let me see if DC comes up. Okay, so here's the DC Super Saturday details. If I typed in Fayetteville, I'm gonna do Raleigh because I feel like that's a bigger city. I don't like this search feature, but it used to be just like a list. Kelly, am I missing something?
I don't know. I haven't looked at it.
Anyways, you guys can play around with this. This is a weird, and maybe just zoom into your state and find one that has a little pinpoint that is close to you, because you can just click on whatever and see where they're at. But that's where you find it. And then usually either it'll have an email or it'll have an Eventbrite link, and you just click on the Eventbrite link and then you buy your ticket. Sometimes it's $10, sometimes it's $5, sometimes it's $25, just depends. I mean, if Carl Deichler is going to be there, then they're going to have higher ticket prices. But it's really worth it for your business, and it's worth it to go to a good one, not to just go to one that is Betty Joe who's having it at our house with a potluck. Not that there's anything wrong like that, because mine started that way, and now we have like 500 coaches at it, but it's really important to go to a good one. Anything else? So everybody go register for Super Saturday. Please, please, please. You're shooting yourself in the foot if you don't.
I have a question.
Hey, who's that?
Waranya.
Oh, what's up, girl? I used to coach her in cheerleading, and she's 24 now. I'm old. High school cheerleading.
Hi, Coach Jackson.
Yeah.
So I won't be able to go to the Super Saturday back home in Virginia, but I mean, I saw snippets of the last one that you guys recorded. So are you guys going to do that again? The coming up one that you guys are having?
Yes, we always have somebody record it and then put it on YouTube. But if you can find one, where are you located in Colorado? What part?
Colorado Springs.
You've got to have, I mean, Colorado's got to have something.
Yeah, I mean, Denver's not too far. It's like an hour and a half, but I mean, I haven't checked yet. But I was just wondering if you guys were still going to record it since I saw that it was last time.
Yeah, our Super Saturday is a pretty large Super Saturday. So we typically will record the speakers. I think right now we're gonna have Lauren Duke and what is the other guy's name? I'm so out of the loop right now. Jason Diebold. He's a Millionaire Club male coach, and then Lauren Duke is a 15-star diamond female coach, obviously. So both of them will bring something different, and I'll post the YouTube videos of that.
Thank you.
Yeah. All right, it's going on 10 o'clock, so I think you guys probably want to go to bed. I know I do. Thank you guys for being on the call tonight. Sorry that I'm super MIA right now in Epic Empire. I want to thank the leaders for being so amazing. Thank you, Kelly and Libby, for really holding down the fort while I go on this crazy journey. So I will not be on the call next week because I think that's the night before I compete. So it'll be pretty cool. Anyways, love you guys. Have a good night.